the hood champion boxing and sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. So, Jake Paul and Tommy Fury supposed to be getting it on August 6th. And look, I just don't think that fight's going to come off, man. We know Tyson Fury has been denied entry into the United States. Now, Tommy Fury has been denied entry into the United States. And it's just real frustrating because it's supposed to be kicking off the press conference, and was really looking forward to hearing Jake Paul and Tommy Fury kind of go at it and trade insults, and I'm sure it would have been entertaining. But, you know, for some reason, and as of right now, Tommy Fury says he doesn't know why he was denied entry into the United States. And this is the thing, right? He's been barred from the United States. So it's one thing to be denied entry for a specific reason, and you got to go and resolve that. I mean, he has to go to the embassy and everything else and sort things out. But when you're barred from the United States, that's different. Now, you can say it means the same thing. No, it doesn't mean the same thing. I'm denying you entry for a reason. I'm barring you from the United States. That's a totally different word, different terminology. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with this fight, but I'm telling you, man, that the U.S. obviously doesn't feel comfortable with the Fury's past association with this Kinahan guy. I mean, it makes you wonder, okay, what exactly are they seeing on this end that they're not disclosing about the Furies, or in particular about Tyson Fury and the brothers just being affected because of Tommy's being affected because of Tyson? I'm assuming. But what is it that they're seeing to where he's just barring everybody? You know, anyone with the last name Fury or related to Tyson Fury, just going to bar them from the United States or deny them entry? It just makes me beg the question, what are we not being told? You know, what are we not being told? Crazy, man, crazy. But Paul is supposed to face Fury, man, as a co-main event at Madison Square Garden, where Amanda Serrano is going to be having a mandatory title defense against Brenda Carbajal. Now, we all know Amanda Serrano can fight, and it's good to have it at Madison Square Garden. You're going to get a large turnout. And Jake Paul has a huge following as well. So this is one of those fights where Amanda Serrano Carbajal, that sells anyway. Jake Paul's going to sell, but, you know, I'd hate for Jake Paul to have to find a last-minute opponent. But somebody was saying throw Chad Ochocinco in there and let him fight Jake Paul. I don't think that's what Jake Paul wants or needs at this time. Jake Paul needs to fight a boxer. But I've said this before. Why not fight Marsellos Wilder? Okay? I think Marsellos Wilder, if he's been training, will make it a good fight. Okay? Why not put Marsellos Wilder in there? If Tommy Fury can't make it because he's been barred from the U.S. and he can't resolve those travel issues, come down with Marsellos Wilder. Don't pick Ochocinco. Don't pick KSI. Don't pick these other YouTubes or non-boxers. Go with someone who's kind of on a level playing field and get in there with Marsellos Wilder. That's what I think should happen. But we'll see what's going to happen with Tommy Fury. To me, it really sucks because it's frustrating. And, you know, when Paul's promotional company, my Most Valuable Promotions, they come out and say that, Fury's not allowed to travel, from Heathrow to the United States, man. It's frustrating because there were a lot of reassurances by Tommy Fury's team that he was able to come to the U.S. And the thing about that is Tommy was just in California last month. But we all know over the last month is when they had the issue with Tyson Fury traveling. So once he went back to the UK, that's probably when they said, okay, anyone associated with Tyson Fury or related to him, we're going to flag their names and they're not allowed to travel to the United States. And I think that's where Tommy Fury got caught up because He gave them all the reassurances in the world. And this is the thing, right? This is what frustrates me. Like I'm a retired guy, right? Retired, was in the military, 25 years, right? And I always hated how this next generation, when they came out with these damn phones, cell phones that are this damn big, and everything is text, 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 right? But most of the people don't use that as a tool to go out there and get quick answers, to go out there and use it to actually make a phone call. Everything is text or go and look something up. You know, there's something called trust but verify. Pick up the phone. You believe that you can travel, okay? You trust that, right? Because you were just in the country. But call the embassy. Call the right people, the people you need to talk to, these decision makers who are going to allow you entry to the country or not. Have a conversation. And that's something that they didn't do. This is something that happened with, Devin Haney's situation was a little bit different because it was never an issue before. It was just Australia, okay? So he wouldn't even have thought to call Australia and ask that question. But for these guys, you know this stuff is going on with your brother. Why not make a phone call as soon as you know this fight's about to be made or it's going to be made, or when that conversation came up about you traveling, why not make a phone call to the embassy and ask a question, okay? Or whatever agency they need to contact, okay? But this is the other thing. Tommy Fury, they told Jake Paul there would be no issues. And that's the frustrating part for me. When he said there's no issues, we're going to be there, it shouldn't be a problem. But it is what it is at this point. They got to figure it out. But Jake Paul, man, you know, his 5 wins. We only really give him the credit for Tyron Woodley. 4 of those wins are by KO. And then Tommy Fury has 8 wins, 4 KOs. We're only really giving him credit for that last win. The last win was a tough competitor, but not on Jake Paul's level, in my opinion. But Tommy Fury showed some levels to his boxing game, and we got to give him credit for that. But now that his travel visa has been rejected, we just have to see what's going on. So Tommy Fury is all about trying to set the record straight, and he's saying that he just doesn't know. He said he entered the airport, got pulled to the side, and was told by Homeland Security that he knows why he can't travel. And he says he just can't stand here and say that he's done anything. He has no clue why he can't travel to the United States. Now, me personally, I think he may not disclose this, but he's got to know it has something to do with his brother's affiliation with Kinahan. You know, Tommy Fury's been all over the world, traveling, fighting all over. All of a sudden now you can't go to the States. It's a couple weeks after your brother was barred from the United States or denied entry. So it has something to do with Tyson Fury. Now, I'm assuming, but all indicators point towards that relationship that Fury had with that guy. So now Tommy Fury, like I said, you got to go to the embassies and try to sort it out and resolve it. And the thing about this, right? This is what sucks. He's got to do this in the middle of all the training. So I don't know if you guys have ever gone to the embassy or try to, sort out your visa, or if you're from another country, if you have to try to sort out to get paperwork and stuff to try to become a citizen. When you go to the embassy, right, that process is a pain in the backside. Go there, hurry up and wait. Hurry up and wait. Go back home, paperwork, this, correspondence. It's a very burdensome process just to go back and wait. Pay money, pay money, pay money. Now, Tommy Fury's situation may be a little different because he's a Fury. I'm sure that he can just, leapfrog that whole process and get his stuff resolved within the next couple of days. Whereas the average Joe like myself, and I'm assuming some of you, a lot of you guys may have those connections as well, you don't get that luxury. It's a lot of hurry up and waiting and suffering through that long, arduous, burdensome process. But we'll see what's going to happen, man. Right now, I think it's a massive shock to everybody, especially the Tyson Fury, Tommy Fury, Jake Paul, both of their respective teams. But it doesn't really matter at this point. It just needs to get resolved. It's a government issues, and it's a lot bigger than the fight right now, and they just need to get it sorted. So we'll see if they can sort that out. But that's the latest and greatest on it. You see it's like the gypsy curse, man. So rubbing that crystal ball, and a little fog starts to form, and you see Jake Paul's face, Tommy Fury's face, Tyson Fury's face. Kinahan's face, Peter Fury. You got Big John Fury. Like, you're just seeing all these faces in that gypsy crystal ball. And it is just really, really unfortunate. So hopefully they can sort things out, because this is the one fight I think most of us can agree on that we really want to see for Jake Paul and Tommy Fury. Because Jake Paul is a fighter now. Most people are finally coming around saying this guy's a fighter. And I think it's going to be a good fight if they get it off. But I'm optimistic they'll get it resolved. But we'll find out. More to come. That being said, like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Shout out to all the veterans. I appreciate your support. Y'all keep safe. And as always, I'm in the breeze.